YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Now, this is a video that everyone has been asking me for. If you're not familiar with my channel and you're a new viewer, I'm 24 years old and I have two semi trucks. I have two Freightliner Cascadias. I'm an owner operator for one of them, and in the other one, I have a driver. So people have been asking me, where did I get my trucks from? How much did my trucks cost? And why did I get the trucks that I got? So this video is going to break everything down step by step. You will want to watch this video all the way to the end. Trust me. But before we get into this video, I'm going to need you to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. People are asking me for videos and I'm giving it back. I'm giving out free information. I'm giving out free game. I'm giving out $1 million blueprint. So help me get 1,000 likes in the first day and 100 comments. That's my goal. 1,000 likes, 100 comments. Help me do that. I help you. You help me. We all win. We all eat. It's enough money out here for everybody to win. Also, if you're a new viewer, please subscribe. You will enjoy my content. Now let's get right into it. So currently it is, if you can see that, 10 a.m., July 27th, Tuesday. I am about to pick up a load actually. So this video is probably gonna be in multiple different locations. I'm probably gonna finish this video on my truck. I'm currently at home right now. But a lot of people have been asking me, where did you get your truck? How did you get your truck? How much did your truck cost? Etc. But I didn't want to just answer those questions in the comments and reply to hundreds of people. I'd rather just make a video for everybody. Also, I know that this video is probably going to help a lot of people. Just to give you a little backstory, I'm not gonna make this video super long, but I also want to give context to the content. So I got in the trucking industry November 2019. I got my first truck in October of 2020. I had less than 2 years of experience. But when I first got into the trucking industry, I wanted to get a truck. That's why I got in this industry, because I wanted to get a truck. I feel like that's why most people get into the trucking industry. Nobody gets into the trucking industry and say, oh, I want to be a company driver for the rest of my life. So when I was first looking at companies, most companies required 2 years of experience, clean driving record, and about 20% down payment and like a 650 credit score at least. I had the 650 credit score. I did not have the 20% down payment, and I did not have the 2 years of experience. So this is for the people who aren't familiar with my channel, because I know this video is probably going to reach more people than who are subscribed to my channel. So I trained with my dad for 3 months. My dad trained me. While we were training, we were in the truck together and we were on YouTube, just like you are, looking for, different type of places to get trucks. And one day he found a place because somebody posted it on YouTube and it just didn't sound real. Like the requirements were minimal, the down payment was minimal, and the trucks were brand new. And the crazy thing about this place is we were calling, they didn't answer. But what was unique about it is we were on the way to the city that this dealership was in. So it was like divine timing. What I realized about success is that when something is meant for you, then there is no resistance because it's carved out for you. So they didn't answer. He called maybe 100 times. We're in the truck, we're driving. He called this company maybe 100 times. They didn't answer the phone one time. We went into the dealership and they had trucks available and it was actually real. So we found out about this place on YouTube. After 3 months of training with my dad, that day that we found the dealership and that we made a delivery in that city, what happened was my dad ended up buying a truck on the spot. After he bought the truck on the spot, I went on my own. After going on my own and seeing my dad's process, seeing how he got the truck, and just, giving him some time, because I didn't want to just get my own truck right away, because I was new. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. I didn't know like what the expenses were. I didn't know how much money he was going to make. So my dad took that risk first. He took that leap of faith first. And I saw everything. I saw the process. I saw exactly how he did it. So I'm just, calculating in my head like, okay, this is what I'm going to need to do. So after 10 months of driving, or I would say February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. After 9 months of driving by myself and saving up my money, I went to the dealership and I repeated the process. So now that you have the backstory, let me tell you a little bit about this company. Now, this company is located in Utah. And when I saw my dad go through with his plan and saw him get a truck, saw the numbers, saw what he was making, saw what he was spending, I was kind of weary of taking that same route. So I took his formula, or took his route, and I recreated it and made it my own. Now let me tell you how I did that, and let me tell you why I did that. My dad got a new truck, I got a used truck. My dad used his own money for the down payment. I used credit for the down payment, meaning I pretty much got the truck without using any of my money up front. You understand what I'm saying? My dad became an owner operator immediately. I put a driver in my truck so I didn't have to drive that truck. So this company, they don't require a credit check. They basically go off of faith. Now it sounds fake, and when I heard about it, when my dad heard about it, we didn't think it was real either. And he was calling them, and when he told me about it, I didn't believe him either. So I'm like, it doesn't sound real. Calling them, they didn't answer. We go to Utah, we find out that it's real. All you need for this company is, I believe, a CDL, no amount of experience. You need a business bank account, and you need money for the down payment. You need a company to lease your truck under, or your own authority to put the truck under, and you need insurance on the truck. So those are the 5 requirements that this company needs, and you can get a truck. The only thing is they have very, very limited inventory. Now, going off into how I took his formula and recreated it and made it beneficial for me, because if you get a brand new truck from this company, it's a $10,000 down payment, and you have to pay $750 a week, which is $3,000 a month. You're in a 4-year term, and there's a $40,000 buyout. When you do that math, you end up paying over $200,000 for a semi truck. Semi trucks usually range anywhere from like 140 to like 170,000. And to me, that just wasn't worth it, because I didn't want to be locked into a contract that long. And also, I didn't want to pay $10,000 just up front, because at the time, that's like all I had. So what I started to think about is, how can I take his formula and recreate it and make it my own? So what I did was, I got a used truck from this company. When you get a used truck from this company, what you're pretty much doing is taking over someone else's lease. So they have 2 programs, new truck, used truck. I hope you're following along. So the used truck plan is $5,000 down, $650 per week, and whatever is left on the lease term from the last leasee, or from the last person who had the truck. So one day I called this company, and they have very limited inventory. So if you watch my previous video and see how I became an owner operator, I'll put the link in the description below. You can go watch that video. I was at a delivery one day, started talking to this guy because he looked young, asked him if he wanted to become my driver. He said yes. When he said yes, I called this company, and thank God, luckily, not even luckily, it's a blessing, because when something is meant for you, like I said earlier, it's just going to work out. There's no resistance. So I emailed this company, emailed the salesman, and they had a truck. This truck only had 10 months left on the lease. The total price of it was $76,500, and it was only a $5,000 down payment. So what I did was I took my credit card, used my credit card for the down payment, and I leased under the company that I was driving for. So pretty much I got a truck, a semi truck, without using any of my money up front, and without a credit check, and without having to start my own authority. And my notes are in between $650 to $750 a week. I can't think because I have two trucks. These trucks are different prices. So for me, this was a very low risk, high reward situation because the lease term was only 10 months. I didn't use my money for the down payment. And also, this truck was a 2018 Freightliner Cascadia with only 260,000 miles on it and an APU system. An APU system is like a generator, and a generator is good for a truck because it means that the truck does not idle as much. Idling is basically when you leave your truck running so you can get power and AC. So with an APU unit, you can get AC and power without having to run your truck, which saves the life of the engine. So for me, this is a very, very low risk, high reward situation. And another positive thing about this company is that once the lease term is up, yes, you have a buyout. You have a $40,000, between a $40,000 and a $48,000 buyout. It just depends. So either you can buy the truck out once the lease term is over if you want to keep the truck, or you can turn it back into the company. So for me, I was thinking, like, I don't have a lot of experience. I don't know what it's like owning a truck. I don't know what's going to happen. But 10 months really isn't a long time. So if I use this 10 months to really learn this industry and learn the numbers and learn just the metrics, then I can see what it's actually like. And at the end of this lease term, if it's worth it, then I can just buy it out. But first, I will have to save up my money. So when I went through with this plan, I went through with it knowing that I didn't really know much and that I was really taking a leap of faith. But I knew that this leap of faith would enter me into a whole new entire world. So people want to know, like, why did I choose the truck that I chose? And, you know, why did I choose this route? I didn't want to finance a truck, because when you finance a truck, you have to go into a 24, 36, 48, or 60-month term. You got to get your credit ran. You have to put a large down payment down, and you're buying a used truck and you don't know what that last person did. And if you go 6 months, 12 months, you know, a year and a half into this finance situation and you don't want to do it anymore, then, you know, you're stuck. But with this company, it's a lease term, and you can turn the truck back in, and it's not a high down payment. These are newer trucks. They only do Freightliners and Western Stars. That's it. So I understood that I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I had it all figured out. I knew that I was pretty much gambling. It was like a gamble, but it was like a calculated type of gambling, because I had my, you know, my pops, who's my mentor. I had the CEO of the company who I was driving for as a mentor. And then also, you know, I just did my research. So I said, you know what, let me just take this leap of faith now. And also, it wasn't a long term. It was only 10 months. So I knew in 10 months that I would figure out everything I needed to figure out for this type of situation. So in this 10 months, I had a goal. My goal was to learn the numbers, learn the industry, and save up my money, because at the end of this lease term, if I wanted to buy this truck, which is a very, very nice truck, and only had 260,000 miles on it, that's pretty much like a brand new truck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I understood that if I figured out everything I needed to figure out at the end of 10 months and I wanted to buy this truck, then I would need to come up with that $40,000. And they don't do financing. So if you don't have the money to, you know, lease the truck, then, I mean, to buy the truck out after the lease term, then you're going to have to give it back. And this truck had an APU unit. It's a 2018 and it's a Freightliner. So in my mind, that's a great truck. So every month I was putting away a certain amount of money so I could actually get this truck at the end of the lease term if everything worked out. So that's pretty much the backstory. That's pretty much the company. That's pretty much why I chose this company. Now, this is what everybody's been waiting for. What is the name of this company? The name of this company is Wasatch Leasing. It is located in Salt Lake City, Utah. And the thing about this company is that they are very, very low on inventory, just like all these other companies. So thousands of people are watching my videos. Thousands of people are probably going to call this company. And I want you to know that if you call this company, they're probably not going to answer. It's probably going to be hard to get in touch with this company. And you'll probably have to go inside of the facility to even get in contact with somebody. And even if you do go to this facility or to this dealership, they probably won't have inventory, because I tried getting a third truck from them, and I'm on a wait list, and this wait list has hundreds and hundreds of people on it, and they do no marketing, they do no paid promotion. Everything that they do is pretty much like word of mouth. So a lot of people want to know where I got my truck from, how I got it, why I chose my truck. And this is this is just pretty much the story. And I know that my situation is, I'm very blessed to be in a situation, and I know that when something is meant for you, it's just going to happen naturally. So everything for me is happening naturally. I'm putting in the work. I'm doing everything I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making all the sacrifices that need to be made. And then I'm getting rewarded on the back end. So people want to know how I got my truck. I told y'all how I got my truck. Told y'all what I paid for my truck. Told y'all why I chose a lease over finance or just buying the truck cash. Because in the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to lock myself into something too long term, and I regret it in the end. This was only 10 months. I only had to put $5,000 down, and I used credit for my down payment. So I didn't even use my own money up front. So I was a lot more like comfortable and relaxed going into this, because I knew that it was very, very low risk, but very, very high reward. And as you can see, it worked out. And once I did that with the first truck, then I repeated the process with the second truck, and that's the truck that I'm in now. This is a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia. I took over somebody else's lease with this truck. It was 3 years left on the lease. Same thing, $5,000 down payment. So I can make a whole separate video on this and the numbers and break all of this stuff down, but that is pretty much where I got my truck from, how I got my truck, what it cost, pretty much what people were asking. So if you made it to the end of this video, which I hope you did, like, if you didn't make it to the end of this video, you missed out on a lot of good information. So that's pretty much the end, man. If you're a new viewer, please subscribe. Also, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. And then also like this video for the YouTube algorithm. I'm giving people the videos they want to see. So, support me, I support you. Help me, I help you. And we all can win, man. We all can eat. But that is the end. I will see you in the next video.